People like Wike would not become local council chairman if not for our struggle. Shehu Sani. Hello viewers and welcome to Info Gist TV. Wike, a former governor of Rivers State, recently cast doubt on Mr. Sani's effectiveness as a lawmaker in the 18th Assembly, implying that the individual, known for their activism, often struggled to make an impact in government roles. Now, former Kaduna State federal lawmaker Shehu Sani has responded to the recent criticisms from the Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike by emphasizing the importance of his role, Sani's role in Nigerians' politics, and hinting at future engagements. In an interview with Channels TV, Sani emphasized the importance of direct interactions over televised debate in response to Wike's comments about his impact as a senator. Wike, former governor of Rivers State, has recently casted doubts on Mr. Sani's effectiveness as a lawmaker. Now, in responding, Mr. Sani said, "Wike is a good friend. I would have preferred to respond to him at an event rather than on television," Sani said, pointing out instances where Wike strategically positioned himself to avoid immediate responses. Sani defended his contributions as he reflected on his advocacy for democracy and the sacrifices he made while in politics. "Nobody can diminish the struggle we undertook to liberate Nigeria from military dictatorship," Sani affirmed, attributing the current political freedom to their efforts. People like Wike could not have become a local government chairman, a governor or a minister today if not for our struggle. "He is a beneficiary of our struggle with the sweat and all that," Sani said. Regarding the FCT minister's specific criticisms about his Senate tenure, Sani maintained a diplomatic stance. "He wasn't specific. He was speaking in general terms," Sani noted, acknowledging Wike's indirect benefits from Nigeria's democratic evolutions. Anticipating future encounters with Wike, Sani expressed readiness to engage in forthcoming debates. "Next time we attend an event together, he will certainly receive a response. I don't shy away from discussions," Sani asserted, underscoring his commitment to robust dialogue. Reflecting on their shared experiences and age similarities, Sani concluded with a measured tone. "I believe he will receive a response the next time he attempts to conclude discussions prematurely," Sani remarked, hinting at continued discourse between two political figures. Now, we should recall that the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, in the person of Eziwon Wike, who was formerly the governor of Rivers State, last Thursday slammed former Senator Shehu Sani over the latest claim that pro-democracy activisms and activists should have taken power in 1999 after the exit of the military. Mr. Wike, a former governor of Rivers State, questioned the performance of Mr. Sani as a member of the 8th Assembly, stating that activists do not perform in office. The minister said this at the 2024 annual lecture and awards ceremony organized by this Nigerian newspaper annual lecture and gold prize award in Abuja. The theme of the event was 25 years of Nigerians' unbroken democracy, prospects and possibilities. During a panel discussion, Mr. Sani, a prominent activist during the struggle against the military in 1990s, narrated how pro-democracy activists shunned the transition plan of the Abdulsalam Abubakar regime, a decision the former lawmaker said allowed the caretaker politicians to take over power. He disclosed that the former military leader urged most of them to participate in the transition process, but they all declined. He also added that by the time they changed their minds, the career politicians had taken over. Mr. Sani said some of the prominent activists, including the late legal luminary Gani Fawahimi, Femi Falana and others, declined to participate, but that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who later became the governor of Lagos, in 1999 agreed to participate in the transition process. And after 4 years in prison, when we came out from prison, this is where the story is going to begin. Abdulsalam Abubakar invited all who fought for democracy that I am going to hand over power to a democratically elected government. I want all of you, the freedom fighters, to come together and take over power. At that very time, Gani opposed it. 3 times he invited us, we even refused to answer his calls. He did not invite the politicians, they were knocking at his door. After we decided to listen to him, we came and sat down. But after our struggle in the 1998 and 1999, we said we were not going to cooperate with the military. Gani opposed, Falana opposed, all opposed. It was Tinubu who said if we do not get in, who would be there then? By the time we all agreed to join the politics, politicians had taken over all the positions. Gani tried to be president and Falana tried to be the governor of his state. He could not. I tried to be the governor of Kaduna State. I could not because all the spaces had been taken over, Mr. Sani said. It was at this point that Mr. Wike requested the microphone, stating that just because Mr. Sani and others participated in the struggle does not mean power should be handed over to them. Mr. Wike said activists often fail at governance, adding that Mr. Sani should produce his scorecards as a senator. He said the mere fact that you were an activist does not mean that you do well. Activists have always failed. Activists have failed. We have seen activists that were given appointments and opportunities and yet they failed. When you were a senator, how did you perform? This is Wike asking. What was your performance as a senator? Mr. Wike also took a shot at another panelist, Mike Uzokome, a prominent lawyer during the Dear Tribe. He asked Mr. Uzokome, a senior advocate of Nigeria, saying not to pontificate on election matters. And you said something about taking the election side. As an activist, how many times have you rejected briefs? Those who have rigged the elections, you have always defended them, Mr. Wike said. Now, Mr. Shehu, during the course of the interview, has promised that this time around, when he's given an opportunity to speak, he will be in the last position. I have attended 2 events where he strategically placed himself at the end of the event and made sure nobody replied him. But I believe that when an opportunity comes next time, I'm going to take him on. This is the lawmaker stating. But nobody can demean the struggle we did to free Nigerians from military dictatorship, if not for the struggles we did to destabilize military dictatorship in Nigeria. People like Wike could not have been local government chairman, governor or minister today. He's a beneficiary of our struggle and sweat and all that we have invested.